Most of the people's apartments are full of furniture. Ours is full of toys. Toys for the brain, the body, and longevity. So, without further ado, let me give you a tour of our Biohackers playground. Now, the office is probably where we'll spend the most of our day, so instead of sitting still, we built in playgrounds directly into our workspaces. You've probably heard the term that sitting is the new smoking, but static standing isn't the solution to sitting. That's where my desk toys come in. I have a balance beam under my desk that forces continuous micro movements in my ankles, knees, hips, and core, preventing static load on any one joint or muscle that makes static standing so harmful. I'm also using yoga blocks to create an uneven terrain here for my feet, so that each shift of position resets my blood flow and engages different muscle groups. In effect, I'm bringing kind of a micro parkour environment under my desk. It's not just a hack, it's a form of low-grade training built seamlessly into my workday. My husband's setup takes it one step further with a walking treadmill under his desk. Studies have shown that walking while thinking often leads to clearer ideas and better problem solving. That's why many people notice that they think better on their feet. Even Steve Jobs was famous for holding walking meetings because they led to clearer thinking and more creative ideas. Now, movement is one thing, but we also wanted to create cues for sharper thinking within the office environment. And that is why we chose to have this very special plant in here. Rosemary actually has some fascinating science behind it. The aroma contains this compound right here, which can cross the blood-brain barrier when inhaled. Controlled trials have shown that exposure to rosemary aroma boosts acetylcholine in our brain, a neurotransmitter which improves working memory, focus, alertness, and processing speed. So it isn't just decorative. It's like having a natural brain booster growing right beside you while you work. Out in the living room, we set up what we call our learning station. The textbook is always left open to the page that we're currently on. No friction, no setup. Every time we walk by, it acts like a little nudge for us to sit down and learn a little bit more. It's like leaving a conversation mid-sentence. The book is always inviting you back in. And to prevent sitting for prolonged periods of time, we chose to have a yoga ball here instead of a regular chair. Sitting on a yoga ball, also called a stability ball, turns passive sitting into dynamic sitting. Unlike a chair, the ball doesn't give your spine and hips rigid support. So to stay upright, your core, back, and pelvic muscles have to make constant micro-adjustments. The instability of the ball makes it harder to collapse into a slouched position, and over time, this strengthens our back muscles and promotes neutral spine posture. Moving on to the kitchen, and here, instead of gadgets, we've built habit cues to set ourselves up for healthier choices. As the coffee machine is warming up, coffee is not the first thing that we will drink. We start our mornings with a tall glass of warm lemon water, and we refill our bottles with filtered water and some trace minerals. Always. Because hydration is not only about how much water you drink, it's also about replenishing lost electrolytes daily. When we do make our coffees, we make sure to boost them with adaptogens to help balance caffeine-stimulating effects, thus taking off the jittery edge. The extracts we use are bacopa, rhodiola rosea, lion's mane, and L-theanine. Put together, these adaptogens essentially upgrade your coffee. Instead of just a sharp spike of energy, you get a more balanced, neuroprotective, memory-supporting, and calm kind of focus. And throughout the day, Misha will come out to the kitchen several times scavenging for some snacks. And that's where our fruit station comes in handy. Another cue we've designed for making the healthy choice the easy one. And now for my favorite toys. This mini trampoline, also called a rebounder, is a true life hack. It gives you so many health benefits packed into a simple movement. Rebounders are often cited as NASA's secret workout, as they found that rebounding was one of the most efficient workouts, better than running or cycling, at building strength and strengthening bone density for their astronauts. When you bounce, gravity and acceleration create a unique pumping effect that helps move your lymph fluid, which is key for clearing waste and supporting your immune system. Dozens of muscles, from your calves and quads to your core and back muscles, are firing to keep you balanced. Even light bouncing raises your heart rate, improves circulation, and releases endorphins, giving you that natural mood lift. Just a few minutes on the rebounder is a full body workout, immune boost, and stress reliever, all rolled into one. That is why we made sure to have it in a place where we will always see it, encouraging multiple mini jumping sessions throughout the day. We've also recently installed this hanging bar, and let me tell you, it is quickly becoming my second favorite thing in this house. Current science agrees that one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging and even overall longevity is grip strength. And that is why having a simple hanging bar at home is one of the best investments for long-term health. When you hang, you're not only training grip strength, but you're also decompressing the spine and opening the shoulder joints. And because it's right there in our living space, it acts like a visual cue. Every time we walk by, we're reminded to hop on, even for just a few seconds. Plus, it keeps movement playful, whether we're doing pull-ups, core raises, or just swinging around like monkeys. Which makes exercise feel less like a chore and more like something we actually want to do. Now, this next thing isn't really a toy. It's more of a lifestyle choice, but it is just as powerful. And that is our floor seating area. Sitting on the floor naturally trains the very muscles we'll rely on for independence as we age, our hips, knees, and core. Research shows that people who can easily get down to the floor and stand back up tend to live longer and stay more mobile. But the real benefit comes from the constant variety of positions. Instead of being locked at 90 degrees in a chair or a couch, you're shifting, stretching, and moving through the ranges your body was designed for. And when you finally stretch out flat, your spine decompresses, circulation improves, and your whole system gets a reset. Towards the evening, to recover from our day's activities, we have this red light station over here, where we usually sit for about 15 minutes or so to relax and unwind before bedtime. Red and near-infrared wavelengths reach deeper into your skin, where your cells' mitochondria absorb them to make more ATP, which is your body's energy currency. More cellular energy means faster repair, calmer inflammation, and better function wherever you shine the light. On your skin, it supports collagen, on muscles, it speeds recovery, and on the scalp, it can even encourage hair growth. It's basically giving your cells more fuel to do their jobs. And as the evening approaches and the sun starts to set and get dimmer, so do the lights in our home. For this part of the day, we've removed sleep obstacles and built-in sleep supporting cues. Right after sunset, we tell our Google Home to set the mood, turning only dim spotlights and amber light bulbs. By switching to dim, amber light, or even candlelight, you're recreating the natural spectrum of sunset and firelight, which we humans evolved under. This gentle light tells your body clock it's nighttime, allowing your melatonin to rise, your heart rate to slow, and your nervous system to shift into rest mode. This sets the stage for your brain and body to transition smoothly into deeper, higher quality rest. And to protect ourselves from screen light, we have our blue blocker rack right here, giving us another cue to protect our eyes before bedtime. It's a simple cue. If they're in sight, they're in use. No digging through drawers, no excuses, and no forgetting. Thanks for tagging along for the tour, and I hope this gave you some fun ideas to take away. The point here isn't that you need all these gadgets, not at all. The point is that your home is already full of cues, whether you realize it or not. Every object, every space pulls you towards certain choices. So why not design it in a way that makes the healthy choice the easy one, and even the fun one? My husband and I both live and work from home, and I cannot imagine being in a static environment where I have nothing to do, no way to truly reset myself, and no reminders to take care of myself. What we've tried to do here is create those little invitations to play, to move, to recover, to learn. They are what makes this space feel alive. And maybe if you also spend a lot of your time at home, and maybe you feel stagnant, stuck, or just uninspired, bringing in even one or two small cues into your environment can create a whole new energy. Like I said, you don't need any of these toys, but you can design your space in a way that supports the choices that you want to make and pulls you forward and toward the life that you actually want to live. And to me, that's what biohacking at home is truly all about.